Hello, this is Renee Jones, and I am coming to you today to help you know how to turn in your assignments through Blackboard, specifically in the computer courses like Intro to Computer-Based Systems and Tech Computer Fundamentals. And I'm going to show you what you need to do in order to be able to turn those in. So let's get started. For this, I'm going to use the Tech Computer Fundamentals class, but if you're in my Intro to Computer-Based Systems, the procedures are still going to be the same. The assignments will be different, but the way that you turn them in is going to remain the same. So we are going to go ahead and come over here to the weekly assignments. And in this particular course, we are all of the things that you're going to need to turn in don't actually happen until week 3. So you have 3 different things in this. This is our Word, when we're doing Word 2016, and these are the 3 things that we are going to be doing in Word. In the training and the exam, they are very similar. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how you go through the training. There are actually 3 different steps that you have in the training. And for those of you who are not very comfortable with a computer yet, you haven't been on it very much, and you're still, this is truly computer fundamentals. These are basic or discovering computers for you. You will need to do all 3 steps, and you can redo them as many times as you need to. For those of you who have been working in the Microsoft Office suite for a while, so Word, Excel, PowerPoint, those type of things, you will be able to skip a couple of the steps. So this is what's going to come up when you first start this, and you will hit start. And I like to move mine around just because I like my stuff in the center of my screen. It's just my little eccentricity. Okay, and you can move things around by clicking up here in any of the blank spots in the title right up here. You can't get it on top of the title, but any of these white spaces out here, if you click it and hold down your finger on the click button, don't let it go, you can drag it around. It's like drag and drop. Okay, so the first thing that pops up is this intro. And I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I never read the intro. It's just basically reading. And if you've looked at the book, you can skip this. For me, I learn how to do things on the computer by doing things. So I don't actually ever do anything with the intro. I go straight into the observe. And you have observe, practice, and apply. In observe, you're basically watching a video and the person is speaking to you and also doing the work. You are not touching the mouse. In practice, you still see the words on the screen, but you are the one who are actually doing them. You're typing them or you're using your mouse. And then in apply, it just gives you a basic instruction and you do it. So we're going to come up here also. Right here is a list of your tasks. So for the training, you have 19 tasks in Word Module 1. They can differ, the number of tasks. Sometimes it might be 34. I mean, if you're just watching videos, it might be a little bit more, except at the end of those videos, you have to take tests, so you can't really skip those videos. But right here is a menu, and it will show you if it's got a green check mark, that means that you've completed it. If it's got a red X, that means that you tried 3 times and you were not able to complete it. If you have all green check marks, then when you get to 19 of 19, it will automatically submit it to me. If you have those red X and it doesn't, right here, this green submit button, you can go ahead and hit submit manually and it will come to me as well. So this is task 2 of 19, and we're going to go on to the observe, and you're going to watch the video. So we click on that.
Click the File tab on the ribbon.
My hands are not there.
Backstage View opens and lists commands for working with files. Click New. Click Blank Document. A new blank document opens.
Okay, so that was what you observed. You watched someone else do it. There were these little orange bubbles that popped up on the screen, and what you needed to work was actually in those areas. So the observe is complete. Now you go on to practice, and in practice,
Click the File tab on the ribbon.
it still talks, and these still come up, but I am now in control of the mouse. So I will hit this file, see how it's in there in red.
Backstage view opens and lists commands for working with files.
And sometimes it just gives you information. It doesn't
Click
tell you to do
New.
anything. So now it says to click New, and you got this bubble. So I'm clicking New.
Click Blank Document.
Clicking the blank document.
A new blank document opens.
All right, and so that was observed. That was them talking to me and me actually driving. So me using the mouse and me using the keyboard. Now apply is where you actually get your grade. So for those of you who know how to do this, then go ahead and you can skip on ahead to apply. You don't have to do the observe, practice, and apply. So, but it's vague. It doesn't give you those bubbles anymore. So create a new blank document. So I click off that. You go to File, New, Blank Document. And it's complete. So I've completed now task 2 of 19. So now I'm on task 3 of 19. And if I look at my menu, I can see that I have 2 green check marks. With that being said, you can also leave and not submit it and come back and continue. So you don't have to do it all in one setting. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and X out of here, but this is how you do the training, and this is also how you do the exam. You get 3 tries to get it right, and after those 3 tries, then it counts it off. All right, I'm going to go back to Blackboard. And like I said, that was the training and the exam. This is the reading that goes along with that. So if you want to look at the reading, you can click on this and it will upload that book. You'll be able to read through that. But right over here is the full book as well. And if you click on that, then it will actually open your full book. And you have the table of contents up here, and you will be able to skip right to where we are. So this, where we were, is Word Module 1, creating documents with Word. And as you can see, they are the same thing. Also, if you want the digital book, then you can download that. You have to download the app, this Engage Mind app, and you can use it on an Android or you can use it on an iPhone. You just have to search for it. It's Engage Mind app, and you will be able to download a digital copy of the book to that, and you can take it with you. If you have any questions about that, contact me and I can walk you through the steps to do that. All right, so this was the reading. Now I'm going to show you how to do the project. And even though this is project 2, each of these came with a couple projects, and I just chose the one that I wanted you to have. So you'll only have one project associated with the module. So module 2, you might have project -1, and it's still going to be, you'll just have that one project. So on this is a little bit different. You'll hit your start and you have your instructions. These are the instructions that are going to tell you what you need to do. Mine always comes down here, down to the bottom, and then I can open it and it will show me the instructions for saving the document. All right, enable editing, and this tells me how to save the document so that I will be able to turn it in and it will recognize it. And then these are the project steps. At the end of the instructions, there is actually the final figure. So this is what your project should look like after you've completed it. So I'm going to go back to this. So these were the instructions. Now this is the document that we're going to be changing. And once again, mine always comes down here to the bottom. And I'm going to open it. And you have to hit this enable editing button up here on this yellow, or you won't be able to save it or change things. So this is what mine looks like. And the first thing I'm going to do up here, because that is what it tells me to do in my instructions. So this getting started tells me my instructions, and that's what I'm going to do on my document. So the first thing is I'm going to save as, and instead of this at the end after that dash, it should just have a 2. So that's all that I need to change. I need to take away everything after that last dash and just put a 2. Now I'm going to save it. And I'm going to save it. It asks if I want to just replace it because if you've done this before. Okay, so now that it's saved, you can look up here and you can see that it is now has that 2 at the end, and that's what we wanted. So to start changing this document, you're going to come over here and read your instructions. So we've done all of this, so I can scroll down to the project steps. I like to print the instructions off. It's a little easier for me because that way I know where I am and I can check off. So if I have to leave my computer for some reason, then when I come back, I know, oh, I'm on step 8 or I'm on step 9. So right now, though, it gives you a little bit of background, some context, but it says you're writing an article explaining how to be a successful intern. Begin by formatting the article title, How to be a Successful Intern, in bold. So I would go back to the document that I'm changing, and I'm going to select How to be a Successful Intern, and I'm going to make it bold. So then I'm going back to my instructions. I can cross off step 1 because I have completed step 1. Or if you don't want to print it, you can always highlight it and you know that, I just use my highlighter up here, and you know that you're finished with that. Going on to step 2, in the first line, increase the font size of the title net text, How to be a Successful Intern, 4 times. The size text should be 18 points when you're finished. Okay, so excuse me there for a second. All right, so I'm going to go back to my document and I'm going to select How to be a Successful Intern again, and it should be a size 18, and these are things that you have learned as you've gone through those tasks. So I've changed it How to be a Successful Intern, and I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to highlight that because that is now completed. So I know I'm on step 3. Once you have completed all of these steps, all 12 in this instructions, then it should look like this. So that is how you actually change the document. So when you get the document completed, then you can just save it right here. I just hit this little floppy disk up here and that automatically saves it, and exit out because you cannot actually upload anything until it's closed. So I'm going to go on to the next portion because this is where we got the things. Now, this is the expected file name. One of the biggest issues that previous students have had is that the file name was wrong. So you need to make sure this file name matches what you name the other document. And if you change that 1 to a 2, then it should. So I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to take that document that I had and I'm going to click it and drag it right here and drag it right there. This has that. going to submit it. After I've submitted it, I can view my report. So after you turn it in and you hit the view reports, this allows you to see a document that tells you what you did right and what you did wrong. Once again, mine's always coming down here at the bottom, so I'm going to open that, and it will take a few seconds for it to come up. But it's just a Word document, and it tells you the step by step. So I only did the first 2 steps. So, and the second one, I did incorrectly because it wanted you to make it go up. So on this one, increase the font size, but it also gives you, it tells me I made an 8 out of 100, and you can work on and turn in the project 3 separate times. So you can turn it in the first time, get your sheet and your report and see what you did right, what you did wrong, go back and fix it and resubmit it, and it will allow you to submit it 3 times. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to Blackboard, and those are the 3 different type of assignments and how you would work them and how you would turn them in. If you have, in some of the courses, we also do some typing, and if you have those typing assignments, they don't have any of that extra things. You just click on this and it takes you to a different type of place, but it's basically the same thing. You're going to launch it, and then it will tell you you only have 1 task, and you will start typing. And if it has an indent, then you're going to hit tab, and then you will keep typing until the timer runs out right here. If you get finished with this, as it says up here, you will just start over. All right. And that is about it for how to turn in your assignments and what you will be doing in this course. So if you have any questions, you can message me. You can text me through Remind, or you can email me, and I will get back with you as soon as possible. Thank you.